Belal Muhammad sends chilling warning to Leon Edwards. Belal Muhammad believes he has Leon Edwards all figured out. Though it may have taken a while, the number 2 UFC welterweight contender gets his chance at gold against champion Leon Edwards in the main event of UFC 304 on July 27. Muhammad has been within distance of a title shot for more than 2 years now, having beaten top contenders Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, and Gilbert Burns. Remember the names. Name value wasn't enough to guarantee his title shot despite a lengthy 9-fight winning streak. He'll have the opportunity to make up lost time against Edwards in Manchester. This was like literally the biggest mistake of his life, Muhammad told MMA Fighting of Edwards, making him wait for this title fight. Dragging this fight on as long as possible because I'm getting better every single day. I'm not a guy that stays out of the gym. Even when I trained for the backup role, I'll show you text messages where I sent my boys like, could we do film study? So, now I'm having back-to-back camps all on you. I'm growing my own skills to your weaknesses. The worst thing you could have did is gimme more time. On July 27th, I'm gonna be the best form that I've ever been, and that's gonna be your worst nightmare. It's a tall order to take on Edwards, who is widely regarded as one of the most well-rounded fighters in the UFC. To prepare for such a feat, Muhammad has been under the tutelage of none other than the Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov, who has been at Nick Catone Fitness helping Islam Makhachev prepare for Dustin Poirier at UFC 302. It's clear Muhammad is looking to make an impact in his title fight rematch this July. Paddy Pimblett blasts Mad Cat Bobby Green, "You wanted clout off me." It seems like everybody in the UFC wants to fight Paddy Pimblett nowadays. Just outside the top 15 rankings of the lightweight division lies Liverpool's top prospect Pimblett, who has yet to taste defeat in the UFC. Coming up on fight number 6 at UFC 304, Pimblett draws his most dangerous opponent to date in Bobby King Green. Bursting onto the UFC scene in 2021, Pimblett has been one of the promotion's most sought-after names in post-fight interviews. "Paddy, how dare you?" Green said post-fight at UFC 300. "You slimy, sugary little snake. How dare you say my name? I'm coming up to you. July, I'll come to your backyard with your people and kick your expletive." Pimblett was caught a bit off guard by Green's moment on the mic, but the Brit would entertain the fight with Green for UFC 304 as it takes place in Manchester of all places. Pimblett recently fired back at Green for suggesting he started their ongoing banter. "I'll be honest, I wanted to fight Moicano," Pimblett told the Mac Life. "I wanted to fight rank 10. Moicano's funny, lad. We'd have a good little build-up where Bobby is just a bellend. He's a proper tool, lad. He's a proper weapon. The funniest one is he says, he mentioned me. I didn't mention you, you mentioned me first. So, then I mentioned you, you little sausage." Green is another step up in competition for Pimblett as the Baddy continues his ascent up the stacked lightweight division. Pimblett defeated Tony Ferguson in his last fight, and a consecutive win over a household name like Green's may be the push he needs to skirt up the rankings and position himself for a top contender bout. "He looks like a rapper, but he can box," Pimblett said of Green. Paddy Pimblett, a grappler at heart, went on to assess the striking game of Bobby Green. "He's got very good striking. He's got good hands, but his chin's gone after what happened with Jalen Turner. So, Jim Miller's not no knockout artist, he wobbled him once or twice in that fight on UFC 300. And I think that is off Jalen Turner absolutely obliterating Bobby Green's skull into the canvas. The striking's very good, his takedown defense is good, and that's what he's kind of trying to do. He just kind trying use his takedown defense to keep it on the feet cause he thinks he allowed to strike with me. But as I say, his chin's gone. So strike with me, we'll see what happens. I can see me knocking him out," Pimblett added. "I can see me submitting him.